Today on the Trent Out Loud podcast. Diddy's final bail hearing is set November the 22nd. Will he or will he not get out of jail? Yo, TMZ is doing Diddy dirty. They are going in on Diddy. Y'all really think that Joe Biden is going to step down and make Kamala Harris the new president? What up? It's Trent Out Loud, and I'm back with another episode. All right, it's Wednesday morning, my third favorite day of the week. We made it to hump day. The weekend is close, my friends. All right, I got a great show set up for you guys today. I have a breaking story. Diddy's bail hearing has officially been set for November the 22nd. I'll give you all the details on that. In lead stories, we're going to talk about TMZ breaking insider information on Diddy's freak-offs. Joe Biden, the new Border Czar, and Ray J claims that he was attacked by a pastor. In quick news, we're going to talk Megan Thee Stallion, Cenat, Denzel Washington, and Oprah Winfrey. We're going to close out the show, as we always do, with question of the day and a little bit of sports news. Y'all know what time it is. Turn your TVs, your radio, or your devices up. I'm about to start this show. Let's go. All right, we have a breaking story hot off the press from our correspondent, Megan, who follows Young Thug, Diddy, all of the court cases, Megan Thee Stallion, the Tory Lanez. This just in, the next bail hearing for Sean Diddy Combs will be Friday, November the 22nd at 2 p.m. in Manhattan. The prosecution's opposition to the new motion is due Friday, the 15th of November. We don't have too much other details. I already told you guys, I think it was on Monday's episode 372, if you want to go back to listen to it, the details in his bail package. Not much has changed other than the fact that I've talked about a couple of days already now. I feel like he has some extra help. We won't get into that. Listen to yesterday's episodes. I feel like he's calling in the cavalry. He's calling him some favors to somebody who may be the president-elect, but I digress. All right, so this is the, I think the first page of the bail package, and it just reads, the court is in receipt of defendant's motion for bond, and the government's letter motion is scheduled. The government's response to the defendant's motion is due November the 15th. Defendant's reply is due November the 20th. A hearing for the defendant's motion will be held November the 22nd at 2 p.m. in courtroom 15A of the Daniel Patrick Courthouse at 500 Pearl Street, New York, New York. Whoever wants to go, who knows? Maybe I might try to get down there. So what this means is his defense, which I told you about, again, like I said, in 372, you can go back and listen to Monday's episode. There's the details. There's some new things in there. They're going to present that. Then the defense has till it's already been presented. Now, the prosecution has until the 15th of November to answer. Basically, that is, no, judge, we don't want the $50 million. No, judge, we don't want the security. No, judge, we don't want, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. All the things that he's listing, they're going to try to fight it. One of the biggest things that is hard to fight for each side, which has nothing to do with money, is the fact of Diddy being a threat to society. That is the biggest key factor in this bail hearing. It's not the money. They want $100 million. Diddy can come up with it. Is Diddy a threat to society? And that is really, to me and to Megan, I think is the key section in this bail package. If the defense, if Diddy's team, who he just hired the best bail attorney in the United States of America, if they could prove that he's not a threat, if you guys remember, Dawn from, what was the name of the group? Oh gosh, I can't remember the name of the group. Dirty Money. Sorry, Dawn from Dirty Money came out and she said, if Diddy wants me to go and testify about him texting me and calling me 55 times, that was my bro. I was like his sister. He was reaching out. The prosecution said, hey, he called one of our defendants 55 times. If that is taken out of the bail package and Don is there as his defense, I think they're going to have a hard time proving that he is a danger to society. And like I said in the past two podcasts, I feel like he's calling in, and I have sources that tell me that he's calling in favors from people. And I think that Diddy might get bail. I am more like, I'm like 75%, 80% that Diddy is going to get out. From what I hear also too from Megan, this will be his last attempt. So he is going to try and throw everything at this. If it doesn't work out, Diddy will remain in jail. And I know we already know that his court date is set for May the 5th. All right. So that is it. Anything that happens, I'm sure we'll hear stuff November the 15th of what the prosecution says back. And then the final arguments on the 20th before they actually go to court on the 22nd. All right. We'll keep you guys up to date, but let's go on to our leading stories. My gosh, every week this week we'd have breaking news, man. See how hard we're working for y'all? All right. Anyways, let's go to lead stories. The downfall of Diddy inside the freak-offs. What really went down at Diddy's freak-offs? TMZ uncovers the shocking details about what happened behind closed doors. Watch TMZ presents the downfall of Diddy inside of freak-offs, now available on Tubi. All right, so you guys know that TMZ has literally been on the front doorstep of this Diddy case. They are, I think this is their third series, the third part in their series. So this one to me seems like it's probably going to be the best one because this is what we all want to know, right? The inside of the freak-offs. Here's a little preview. And then after that, I'm going to give you some insider information of one of the girls, I think one of the key girls that was inside of the party. And I think this series, this chapter in this series revolves around her. But let's go to the preview first, and then we'll go to her story. Take a listen.
I was at one of P. Diddy's freak-offs.
You saw celebrities there.
It was a rapper that we all know.
Straight up porn directed by Diddy.
I'm just grateful to have made it out.
All right, so that was just a quick little 5 or 6 second clip. You heard her say something about a rapper, and then, you know, Diddy directing adult movies. All right, so let's go now to the information y'all really want to know, and we'll find out some more details of this girl who is apparently the lead in this series. Okay, it says, and I'm gonna try to talk about it in like language that YouTube is not going to put on this video, right? So bear with me if I have to edit some stuff out, but I'm sure you guys could figure it out. All right, woman who allegedly attended one of Diddy's freak-offs claimed she saw a group of underaged being huddled up by adults. She says the younger people were dressed like Barbies with red lipstick and were real sexy. All right. Hopefully YouTube doesn't flag that. A singer and songwriter trying to make it big says she got invited to a wild party where she thinks one of Diddy's infamous freak-offs went down. She told TMZ in a new documentary, TMZ Presents the Downfall of Diddy Inside the Freak-Offs, that a Saudi prince flew her from LA to Miami just to go to this event. She says the scene were intense and people were allegedly doing the most, and they were taking some narcotics and drinking heavily. She also continues to say the party really shook her. She said she saw little people, which she's using the word little people because she doesn't want to say the word even that I don't want to say because I'll get flagged, but she's saying not little people in the sense of adults, that they were younger than 18 years old. And she said they were dressed up like Barbies and they were surrounded by a wall of adults. It's pretty gross. She also said that what has been happening to them and the adults is something that didn't make her feel right. She says they were dressed really sexy and revealing. It was a shame. And yeah, some other things that I don't want to read. Here's a little bit of a clip from the TMZ documentary. Take a listen.
I look to the right of me. I'm looking like, are those chicks? But no, they weren't. They were little people. You know, I don't want to say too much. They were little people. Use your common sense. What are they doing here? Because this is a grown party.
Are you talking about adults who are little people, or are you talking about minors?
We all have common sense.
You're talking about underage people.
Well, there you have it. Like I said, I can't play the whole thing, obviously, for copyright reasons. But if you guys want to get more into it, it's available now on Tubi. You can check it out. All right, in our second lead story, former Kamala Harris communication director suggests that Joe Biden should step down and let her become the 47th president ahead of Donald Trump. Democrats have to learn drama. All right, VP Kamala Harris's former communication director, Jamal Simmons, voiced an interesting angle on both CNN on X. He thinks President Joe Biden should give up his seat to Harris for the sake of playing into the drama and giving the people what they want. He said it would allow Kamala Harris to still become the first female president, shaking things up and making it easier for another woman to run in the future. This is his exact words on Twitter. Joe Biden has been amazing, but he should fulfill his one last promise of being transitional. Joe Biden should resign and make Kamala Harris the first woman president. It will turn the tables on Trump, keep Kamala Harris from presiding over January 6th, making it easier for the next woman to run. Dems have better policies, but must realize the old rules no longer apply. We are not playing table tennis. We are in a mixed martial arts fight, and Americans respond to drama and excitement. We should use that to make our argument for a better path forward. All right. I have a little clip, but honestly, I think I just read everything to you. So let's just really get to talking about it. But you know what? I'll play a little clip just so that you can hear him in his own words. All right. Listen quickly.
Joe Biden has been a phenomenal president. He's lived up to so many of the promises he's made. There's one promise left that he could fulfill. He could resign the presidency in the next 30 days, make Kamala Harris president of the United States.
All right. So there you have it. You heard it in his own words. All right. So really excited to get this in the show today so that I can get you guys sounding off below or sending me emails. What do you guys think about it? There's a lot to unpack here. So I'll give you guys my opinion quickly. I do agree with some things that he said. I do believe that this is no longer table tennis. It's mixed martial arts. Donald Trump has changed the language of politics. Democrats do need to say and do things that are more shocking. 1,000%. This old school way of being very political and nice and all that stuff out the window. When Kamala Harris was on The View and they asked her, what's one thing that you would have done different? And she said, I don't know if there's anything I could think of. We all know that wasn't true. We also all know she was just trying to be polite to her boss, but it's arguably one of the things that maybe cost her the election. All right. So agree with him, the fact that we need to throw out the old language of politics. Having said that, for him to say that Joe Biden should step down and give the people what they want, that is a false statement. The people voted on what they wanted, and they wanted Donald Trump to be president. Whether you like it or not, again, like I always say every day, this is not a political podcast. I'm not for Donald Trump. I'm not for Kamala Harris. This is a purple podcast. We're independent. We're just talking about each side. But the facts is the facts. Donald Trump won all seven swing states. Donald Trump won the popular vote. The first Republican president to do it in close to 20 years. The first president or Republican president to win all seven swing states in close to 20 years. I think the people have answered and said they do not want Kamala Harris as their president. Maybe she can run again in 4 years, but saying giving the people what they want is not really factual. Now, the last point I will say is, if that is something that Joe Biden wants to do because he said that, hey, he wants to be a transitional president and he wants to do that for his own self, fine. But don't say, hey, I'm doing it because I'm giving the people what they want, because it's not what they want. They told you what they wanted. Lastly, when it comes to breaking the glass ceiling, I'd rather turn that over to the women in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think about the first woman president being getting it by somebody giving it to her. I personally would feel like that's not breaking the glass ceiling. I think breaking the glass ceiling is having the first female president being voted in and not it being given to her. That's just my opinion. But like I said, I will turn that over to the women in the comment section, or send me an email, trendOutloud@cfqr600.com. Really excited to know what you guys think about this. All the points that I said, right? If Joe Biden should do it for himself, do you think that's really what the people want? And do you think that the Democrats need to do something that's more shocking to stir things up? Interested to hear what you guys got to say. Our third lead story, Trump's new Border Czar, Tom Homan, was previously asked in an interview if there was a way to carry out deportation without separating families. And he says, families can be deported together. Yo, like this guy or not like this guy, he is not playing around and is fully 100% gangsta. Just crazy, this guy. Like I said, love him or hate him. President-elect Donald Trump has named Tom Homan, his former acting U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement Director, as his new Border Czar in his incoming administration to overseeing the mass deportation. During a 60 Minutes interview before the election, Tom was asked if there was a way to carry out deportation without separating families, and he says families can be deported together. Take a listen to Tom.
Is there a way to carry out mass deportation without separating families?
Of course there is. Families can be deported together.
He also says in that interview that, well, actually, sorry, it was a CNN interviewer that said it will cost $88 billion a year to deport 1 million people. That's a lot of money. And his answer, like I told you, this guy's straight gangster. His answer was, do you put a price on our safety? These guys are a threat. This is our safety. This is our national security. $88 billion is nothing. Like, he does not flinch. He does not care. He wants people out, and that is it. Another part to this story is there's a lot of Latino people who voted for Trump, but they voted for Trump and his policy on immigration, thinking that it wouldn't trouble families, that Trump's policy was, hey, we want to get out the people who are here illegally and the people who are committing crimes. Take a listen to one of this Latino Trump supporters. Take a listen.
If they let in hundreds or thousands of people who already have criminal records, if deporting them creates a mass deportation, I'm all for it. You know, they need to make sure that they don't kick out, they don't deport people that are family oriented.
See, so that's the argument, right? That's the discussion. Is mass deportation only going to be on the people who we all agree should not be in the country if they're committing crimes and they were here, doing wrong things? Of course, no one's going to argue that. But what a lot of people think, of course, the people who didn't vote for Trump, is that is what they were saying, but they were just going to literally round up families and people and just get them out. Who knows? I do think that the 20 million people, if you just think how much it would cost and how they even admitted that they don't have the capabilities of getting 20 million people out the country. Just think about, like, when you're at a concert, all right, what 20,000 people look like, or even at a football game where you have 80 or 90,000 people. Just imagine 1 million people. You can't just throw people up in a truck and bring them down south. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a huge undertaking. But again, comment below. Let me know what you guys think about this mass deportation and how you feel about the Latinos who voted for Trump and their way of thinking. Our fourth lead story, Ray J threatens Pastor Jamal Bryant over an interview he doesn't want released. Ray J has been doing a lot of extra shenanigans lately. He got approached by Jonathan because he wanted to fight the CEO of Zeus. He was getting on Nicki Minaj's nerves on her Instagram Live, and now he's threatening Pastor Jamal Bryant. Ray J claims that there is an interview that he did with the pastor that he doesn't want released to the public. Here is Ray J talking on his live, and then I'm going to actually play another clip after that. And Ray J says that he was being threatened. Take a listen.
I got nothing but love for Pastor Bryant. Shout out to Jamal Bryant. But if y'all play that interview, somebody getting snatched off the pulpit. Don't play the interview. It's not clear.
All right, so we still don't know what this interview entails. A lot of people are maybe speculating that this might have to do with something with Diddy. If you guys remember last week, Diddy's 3 sons rolled up on Ray J, and we still don't know exactly what happened. I have sources that tell me they actually laid hands on him. He said that they didn't. It was just an argument, whatever. But like I said, he's had problems with the CEO of Zeus. Then he had problems with Diddy's sons. Now we don't know 100% what's going on. But about an hour or two after he put that out, he came out and said this. I'm going to have to edit some of it, but I'm sure you'll be able to figure it out. Take a listen.
It's just tried to shoot me and tried to kill me, nigga. And you want me to apologize, nigga? Fuck you.
All right, so that's Ray J on his Instagram Live saying that people are after him to try to cause him harm. So this is, I guess, kind of like breaking news. We don't know the details behind it. A lot of people are saying that Ray is a troller, and we do know that he likes to troll a lot. This, to me, from my experience, doesn't sound like he's trolling. Maybe the fight with the Zeus CEO, because he has his own kind of platform that they do similar stuff. So maybe that. But this pastor thing, the things with Diddy's son, and now he's saying that people are trying to come for him. It doesn't sound like a troll, because what is he really selling? But could be his YouTube channel, because that's another thing he's trying to promote. But we'll see. I'll keep you guys up to date and let you know if anything happens. But hopefully this is a troll and not something that serious. All right, that brings us to quick news. Ring my bell. All right, yesterday we told you about Megan Thee Stallion and Winnie Harlow getting into an argument. Jason Lee broke that. This happened at Michael Rubin's all-white party. Lauren LaRosa from Brown Girl Grinding and formerly from Breakfast Club. I miss her already. But anyways, she now just came out today and debunked all of that. She said, Jason Lee recently broke the news that Winnie Harlow and Megan Thee Stallion got into a fight at Michael Rubin's all-white party. I have more details. She said, sorry, I said earlier that she debunked it. I don't mean debunked. She's giving us more details on why it happened. It did happen. These are the details, all right? Allegedly, it all started because Winnie is Canadian and she posted something about Tory Lanez on social media in the midst of Megan and Tory's trial, which Megan took issue with. I'm told Winnie allegedly took the post down, and she said it really wasn't aimed at Megan, but it was perceived that way. When Winnie got wind that Megan wasn't happy about it, she allegedly deleted it. Then she was told that there was supposed to be a short conversation after, but then when Winnie tried to apologize to Megan, Megan left it unread. All right. So a little bit of gossip, but I actually just find it a little bit funny because yesterday when I told you guys this story, I said, hey, Megan, y'all know, you know how much I love you. I'm always writing for Megan Thee Stallion, but Winnie's Canadian and us Canadians got to stick together. All right. Especially with all this not like us. And it's so funny that the argument was actually because Winnie was allegedly standing up for another Canadian Tory. See what I'm saying? Yo, we're going to ride together, yo. But anyways, shout out to Lauren LaRosa for, clearing this up. And that's all just a joke. We should all get along. Canadians, Americans, we're all North America. We're all one big happy family. All right. So hopefully Winnie and Megan could just end their beef and get together because I love both of them. So shout out to Winnie and Megan. Our second quick story, Cenat breaks Twitch record, becoming Twitch's most subscribed to streamer. Shout out to my guy, Kai. Bam, 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 bam. Congratulations. Kai makes history becoming Twitch's most subscribed to streamer. Kai breaks Iron Mouse's previous record, which was 326,252 subscribers. Kai broke that record. So shout out to Kai. Y'all know I'm always backing all my content creators. I'm not a streamer. I'm a YouTuber and a podcaster, but we're all big one happy family and one big happy family. And Kai is my guy. So shout out to Kai. You guys know that he is still doing, I think, his marathon. I think that's why he was doing this marathon, to get and break the record. And he still has 18 days left of 24 hours straight streaming. I don't know how these streamers do that. I have a 1 hour podcast. It literally takes me all day. I couldn't imagine doing 24 hours straight. So shout out to the streamers. Shout out to Kai. And they said that he has 18 more days left. He might even make it to 400,000 subscribers. So if you're on Twitch, subscribe to Kai. Our third quick story, a Spirt Airlines flight traveling from Florida to Haiti was diverted to Dominican Republic after the aircraft was attacked as soon as it landed. All right, this is a follow-up from yesterday. This is my second follow-up, first Megan and now this aircraft. So they have found out that it wasn't the Haitian migrants eating the cats, eating the dogs. This was due to violence from the anti-government people in Haiti. The result is the aircraft was damaged, and Spirt Airlines arranged for another plane to return the passengers to Fort Lauderdale. The airline suspended its service to Port-au-Prince pending further evaluation, and all commercial flights out of Port-au-Prince were grounded, and the U.S.-based carrier canceled the flights through Tuesday. Travel advisory, the U.S. Embassy in Port-au-Prince advised travelers of extreme caution, stating that the security situation in Haiti is unpredictable and dangerous. So any buddy thinking about flying to Haiti in Port-au-Prince. Just watch out for the travel advisory and be safe out there. Like I said yesterday, I'm from Montreal. I got a lot of Haitian friends. Sac passe. Hope everything gets fixed. Our fourth quick story. This one makes me sad. Denzel Washington will be joining the cast of Black Panther and talks retirement. Yo, Denzel, please don't go. During an interview, Denzel Washington reveals that he'll be getting a part in the upcoming Black Panther 3, directed by Ryan Coogler. He also lists the movie he plans to film before he gets ready to retire. Oh, here's a little clip. Take a listen to my homie, Big Denzel Washington. Take a listen.
I want to do things I haven't done. Ryan Coogler is writing a part for me in the next Black Panther. After that, I'm going to do the film Othello. After that, I'm going to do King Lear. After that, I'm going to retire.
That'll be a sad, sad day. I feel like my mom's going to cry. Fifth quick story. How to change my vote trends on search engines. All right, this is crazy. There's no like article to it, but somebody just, I think it was on TikTok or Instagram, was putting up Google searches. And the trend after November the 5th was November the 6th. One of the biggest trending topics was, how do I change my vote? I told you guys last week, the first trending search was, how do I move to Canada? And now it's, how do I change my vote? Guys, the election is over. It's done. Donald Trump is going to be your 47th president. You should have thought about this before you voted. How in the world could anybody actually be Googling, how can I change my vote? I'll play a little clip and I will listen to this guy and he'll tell you the states that are actually Googling how to change my vote. And they're all the swing states. Take a listen.
People were looking up how they can change their vote after Donald Trump won. You can't do that. It's over. Look at where the Google searches are coming from. Wisconsin, a red state. New Hampshire, a red state. Oklahoma, a red state. Pennsylvania, a red state. Idaho, a red state. These are all states that went for Donald Trump. Places like North Carolina, Georgia, Florida, Alabama. I see California, Nevada, New Mexico, Arizona, Colorado.
Our sixth quick story. Oprah says her production company received payments from live stream events. I did not take any personal fee. However, the people who worked on that production needs to be paid. Oprah continues to shut down rumors that she was paid $1 million to endorse Kamala Harris. Oprah responds to the commenter and said the people in her production company were paid to set up Kamala Harris's campaign event, but she never received a personal fee. Okay, guys, come on. Like, this is ridiculous here. Oprah Winfrey is worth, I think, close to $2 billion. Do you think $1 million means anything to Oprah Winfrey? Like, use your head a little. I told you guys yesterday, I think it was yesterday or a Monday show, that Kamala Harris's campaign got $1.2 billion in donations. And that is what they spend their money on. They spent six figures on the Call Her Daddy podcast, on a bunch of other podcasts, setting up, doing all this. That's where the money goes. So yes, Oprah's live stream or her sit down or whatever, Oprah's not going to pay for that to go down. Of course, the campaign, the Democratic campaign, the Kamala Harris campaign has to pay for that. So this is just crazy. But Oprah has decided that she is going to answer this, although I don't think she should. But somebody wrote and they said, this is beyond crazy to me. Oprah, of course, doesn't need to take $1 million. Oprah said, thank you so much for saying that. I want to give you a high five and a hug. Usually I'm reluctant to respond to rumors in general, but these days I realize if you don't stop the lie, it just gets bigger. I was not paid a dime. My time and energy was my way of supporting the campaign. For the live stream event in September, my production company, Harpo, was asked to bring a set design, lights, cameras, microphones, crew, producers, and every other item necessary, including the benches and chairs we sat on, to put on the live production. I did not take any personal fee. However, the people who worked on the production needs to be paid. And that's what happened. End of story. Guys, this is a ridiculous, it's literally been going on for 2 days. I purposely didn't put it in yesterday's podcast because I thought it was ridiculous, but I'm putting it in now because it's really trending and a lot of people are talking about it. Like I said, $2 billion. You think she needs to take $1 million from Kamala Harris? It's obviously just for production stuff. Kamala Harris's campaign put out a list of all the money they spent on productions. Why are you guys just singling out Oprah? Why aren't you guys talking about the girls from Call Her Daddy? How come they didn't take their 6 figures? That it was okay that they spent it on set design, but Oprah, a billionaire, needs to take the money? This is ridiculous. All right, this brings us to question of the day. Who do you think will perform at Donald Trump's inauguration? All right, jokes only, because y'all know I try to make it funny with question of the day. All right, so Rare Black Jade said, we don't care, we ain't watching. I know I'll be watching, stop it. Whether you like it or not, you know you're going to be watching. Ashley said, it doesn't even matter, I'm glad we have Donald Trump back. Somebody said Hannibal Lecter will be performing. I knew the jokes would be coming. Somebody else said Kamala Harris needs to get out of debt. Somebody said Nicki Jams because she's hot. Ray J will be performing with Lil Pump. Y'all know that Lil Pump was in huge support, and I think Ray J was too. I don't know as big as Pump, but he was supporting. Somebody said Kanye West. Y'all know he's a big supporter. Waka Flocka and Amber Rose. Okay, Amber Rose is not a rapper, but I'm sure she's going to be there. Somebody else said somebody white. Lil Pump, Kid Rock, Caitlyn Jenner. Somebody said, I don't know and I don't care. Kodak Black. But Shue, he did pardon Kodak Black. 50 Cent. I knew somebody would say 50 Cent. For those of you who didn't know, allegedly, from what 50 Cent said, is that Donald Trump offered him $3 million to perform at one of his campaign. I think it was maybe at the Republican national campaign. And 50 Cent said he turned down the $3 million. A lot of people don't believe him, but who knows? Maybe he will be performing at the inauguration. Ray J, Hulk Hogan, Kid Rock, and 50 Cent. Another person said, who knows? Another person said, we're not watching, we don't care. Chrisette Michelle. Yeah, that's it. I knew there'd be some jokes in there. You guys let me know, comment below. Who do you think is going to perform at Donald Trump's inauguration? A lot of musicians have been saying and sending him cease and desist letters. Don't play my music at your campaign rallies. I don't want to be associated with you. Who do you think is actually going to step up and perform at the 2025 inauguration of Donald Trump and J.D. Vance? All right, we got a little extra time today, so we have our second question of the day. What's the dumbest thing you believed as a child? All right, Kevin Back to Work says that there was a man in the sky watching all over us. Smith82 said, drinking milk to have strong muscles. I'm weak right now, and I got a lot of gas. Sounds like you're lactose intolerant, bro. Jade, that's me, 25, said, riding with the light inside the car is illegal. I think it is actually illegal. Somebody said, my parents. Wow, that's hilarious. Somebody said that I believe that my dad was coming back. David Wells said, I believe that if I tore the tag off the pillow or the mattress, I'd be arrested. You know that was definitely what your parents telling you that. MisoFly4240 said, if I swallow watermelon seeds by accident, a watermelon will grow in my belly. I used to think that too as a kid. I can't lie. Usually truthful _K said, swallowing gum and it will stick to your heart. I used to believe that too. Not your heart, but I thought it would stick and stay in your stomach for 7 years. Sticking to your heart, that's impossible. It doesn't even have a way to get there. But I did believe that it would stay in your system for 7 years. Aisha702 said that becoming adult was going to be fun, and that was really just BS. Somebody also said that I believe that Labor Day was a day that all women gave birth at the same time. Okashay said that you have to be quiet during a thunderstorm. Ashley Cole 817 said that sitting close to the TV will make you go blind. It might not make you go blind, but I'm sure that's not good for your eyes. That teachers lived in school, that the moon was following me. I used to think that a little bit too, I can't lie. That Tupac was better than Biggie. Wow, y'all got jokes. All right, that's it. That's all that we have time, man. Let me know in the comment section below. What is something that that you believed as a child that, of course, is not true today? Let me know in the comment section below. Send me your emails, trenoutloud@cfqr600.com. All right, this brings us to sports news. My boy, Stephen A. Smith, said this about the Dallas Cowboys. I believe that the Dallas Cowboys should tank the rest of the season and get the #1 overall pick so that they could draft Shedeur Sanders and hire primetime Deion Sanders as their head coach. Yo, I am all here for this. Let's go. When Stephen A. Smith said this on First Take, it was hilarious. People were laughing. Ha, 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 ha. Literally 2 or 3 hours later, I see this come across my headline, my storyline, and it says, breaking news, Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott has a hamstring injury and is undergoing season-ending surgery. It's over for Dak. That means it's over for the Cowboys. They are taking Stephen A. Smith's advice, or Stephen A. Smith knew what was going on and he got it first on his show, and maybe the Dallas Cowboys are mad at him. I just find it's too much of a coincidence. Y'all let me know what you think in the comment section below. I know a lot of people are Dallas Cowboy fans. Do you think Shedeur and Primetime could actually help the Cowboys? I think I might actually root for the Cowboys, definitely after Kansas City, because, you know, we're the best, and Patrick Mahomes is going to be the GOAT, better than Brady and all that. All right. Thank you so much. That was my Wednesday show. I'm excited, man. I love Wednesdays. It means we're right in the middle of the week, and Friday is coming, yo. I'm very, very excited. I'm in a good mood today. All right. Before I let you guys go, I just want to remind you guys of all the ways to keep up with the Trend Out Loud podcast. For those of you who are used to watching this show on YouTube or podcast platforms, please try to check me out Monday through Friday from 11 to 12 on CFQR600.com or 600 AM if you're in the Montreal area. We do play the Trend Out Loud podcast, but we mix in 90s and 2000s hip hop and R&B. It's a great hour. Trust me, it's a great way to break up your day, get some entertainment and viral news while listening to your favorite hits from the 90s and 2000s. Vice versa, if you're used to listening to the Trend Out Loud podcast on CFQR 600 and you can't always catch a show between 11 and 12, I get it. You're busy. You got things to do, Zoom calls, taking care of kids, studying. You got to do what you got to do. You don't want to miss the show. We got 3 ways for you to keep up with the show. On the CFQR 600 website, when you click listen live, there is a second button that will pop up that says listen again. You could just click there. You'll see the Trend Out Loud podcast, and you have access to 374 of our podcasts. So listen as much as you want. There's also YouTube, of course, that you could listen to daily, and of course, any podcast platform. Just go to your desired site, type in Trend Out Loud. The show will pop up. Don't forget to hit the follow and subscribe button so that you could be notified every time we upload a new show, and we do upload daily. You can follow me on any social platform. It's always the same handle, Trend Out Loud. Don't forget to follow the media company, Extracity Media, on Instagram. And lastly, for those of you who are listening on CFQR, do not touch that dial. My homeboy, Don Smoot, is coming up next with the midday mix from 12 to 1. And Don is always dropping the hits. I'll see y'all tomorrow for Thursday's show. Peace. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, Trend Out Loud. Peace.